Collaborator? I hardly know her. I'm sorry, it's been a while since I've done one of these cold opens. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. It's like I forgot everything. Hello, Champagne Dreamers. Welcome back to my channel. Or if you are new here, I don't know how you found me, but hit that subscribe button down below. Become one of the Champagne Dreamers. My name is Janessa J. Champagne, and I am North Dakota's trash queen of glam, geek, and gore. And today, you've seen the title, we are here to play with the fabulous Petalmorphosis palette from Pat McGrath. We are going to create this fabulous look that you see right here. And I am collabing with two fabulous YouTubers that I can't wait to tell you all about. So if you're excited for that, then stick around, grab a snack, grab a drink, and get ready to go, because we're starting right now.
It won't go away. I've got that feeling rushing through my body. I know that it is here to stay. It's like you're my personal Illuminati. I know that some might say that I am just a bad girl, but if you treat me right, I will be the best girl in this whole world. No, I'm not gonna bite. I got my hands on your body.
Yes, I am so excited. This video is a collaboration with my dear friends Dion of Dion Loves Makeup and Grace of Gel Beauty 87. And I'll make sure that both channels are linked down below. Grace also started a second channel where she's doing fashion, and Grace is one of the best dressed people that I know. I'm always seeing her fits on Instagram, and they are amazing. They are so cute. If we were even remotely the same size, I would be raiding her closet all the time. I would have to move to Chicago so I could just, let's be real, just so I could steal clothes from her all the time. But I am so excited. Dion Loves Makeup, I've collabed with a few times. Grace, I've collabed with a few times. This is such a fun time. And we are here with the Pat McGrath Petalmorphosis palette. This is the Mothership 12, and this is her newest release. I got it with the ridiculous limited edition purple packaging. I have talked about this before, that I have kind of given up on Pat McGrath. I've given up on luxury beauty in general. I find that it's just not worth it. So is this worth it? Is this worth $129? I mean, I paid $129, so clearly I decided it was worth it to get some content and play around with. But do I think it's worth it? You'll have to stick around to the end of the video. We're going to create this look right here. I'm sorry, I'm recording this at night after work, so I didn't have time to do a first look and then take it off. So you get a preview, but you don't know how I feel about it till you get to the end. So this is the Pat McGrath Petalmorphosis. This is really beautiful. I love this purple packaging, and I do love these shades. Now let me go ahead and hold it up and try not to blind you. Now this is a beautiful pinky purple mauve palette that now has some pops of green. So I love this. I love these greens. We know I love a green, but if you take those away, it's kind of samey to what they've been doing. This pinky purple plum mauve kind of thing. It's a little boring. So I got a really fun look out of it, but you'll have to check out the whole process to see how I did it, and then see my final thoughts to see if Pat McGrath has won me back over to the luxury dark side. But if you want to see how we created this look, Potato Face is about to be right here for you. Go check out Dion and Grace's video. After we're done watching this one, they'll be down in the description box. But for now, we're going to watch me do this look. And so get ready for Potato Face back in 3, 2, 1. All right, so here we are. Sorry about my face. This always happens. Potato Face serial killer at your service, but I'm very excited. So I've got my base done. We're about ready to start playing with Petalmorphosis, but before we do that, let me tell you what I have setting my foundation and base for today. I started by doing a double prime with the Skindinavia Makeup Priming Spray and the Patrick Star One Size Secure the Sweat Primer. I'm almost out of this. I've been trying to use this up. It's very rare that I hit pan. It's very rare that I use up things. So especially complexion products, if I can get them down to the bottom, it's always a bonus. Before I put on the foundation, I wanted to add back a little bit of glow. And so I used the Urban Decay Face Bond Luminizer. This is PCH. This is kind of a peachy color. I used Mirror Ball, which is their one that's kind of a white with a pinky sort of reflect to it. I know the lights are kind of blowing me out again. We're trying something a little bit different with this filming setup. But here is this one. I dropped the other one and I didn't want to go pick it up. I'm just I'm in a mood today. For foundation, I decided to go a drugstore route. I haven't tried this foundation for a while, so I picked it up this past weekend, and we are using the Maybelline Super Stay Foundation. This, I don't know if this is a new formulation or if it's just new packaging. This is described as a Lumi Matte. I would say it doesn't feel as full coverage as I remember Super Stay Foundation being. So I think it might be a new formulation, but it is a beautiful color. I think I did a fairly good job of matching myself, which doesn't happen often. And then, of course, we have a concealer, the Made by Mitchell Brighten Concealer. I am still testing out this brand. We're going to have a full brand review at some point in the future. So look for that coming soon-ish. Don't trust me when I give you any sort of timeline. She's a liar and a whore. For my cheek contour, I started with a little bit of a liquid contour, or should I say, blush. This is the Made by Mitchell Blush Liquid Contour. I started with a little bit of this to kind of set my cheek contour up. Then I did the Physicians Formula. This is a lighter shade of their bronzer, very light, and I did this to kind of buff out the cheeks a little bit. This very pastel with green sort of situation we have with Petalmorphosis. I didn't want to go too bold with my contour before I knew how the eye look was going to turn out. So I did this with the liquid on the cheeks, and then also all of this contour on my forehead is all this product right here. And for the neck contour, I wanted a little bit more depth. I had to get my brown turtleneck on. This is the NYX Buttermelt Bronzer in Butter Biscuit. Other than that, I just put on a little bit of eye primer, the Ulta Beauty Ultimate Matte Eye Primer, and now we're ready to go with Petalmorphosis. For our collab, Dion and Grace and I are all using the Pat McGrath Labs Petalmorphosis. This is the Mothership 12, 13, I think it's 12. I tried to look at the back. I don't have my glasses on, and now as a geriatric YouTuber, I now wear bifocals, so I couldn't quite tell if there's just if there's 2 or 3 eyes in that. Roman numerals, just use a goddamn number, Pat. I can't, you're stressing out my old eyes. But so I had written off Pat McGrath a long time ago, but you know what? This purple packaging sucked me in. That, along with these greens. Of course, Pat did do in one of the first or second motherships, she had that beautiful baked green emerald shade. So gorgeous. But hasn't really, from what I remember, hasn't really done a green shade in one of these motherships since then. So having these kind of teal greens and then this kind of goldy green. Now, if you take those away, this is very standard Pat McGrath fare. It's very plummy, pinky, purple. Even this is like our pop of gold. They just added a green shift to it. So I don't have a plan, as with everything else in my life. I'm just going in here and we're going to hope for the best. And I don't have the little thing that has the shade names, so I'm just gonna have to point to them. They're not on the palette. Apparently that's part of luxury. You have to have a separate piece of fucking cardboard to know what the shade names are. I don't know why that is, but I'm gonna start with this shade right here, and I'm gonna kind of sketch out the first part of my kind of shape for what I want for the eye. Obviously we're going to do, actually, maybe I'll do the whole shape, because then maybe I'll darken with this, and we'll because I want to do green, but I want to do more than green. So we'll maybe do this all the way, and then I'll just kind of fill in some parts with the green. Oh, that's very pigmented and very dark right out the gate. Okay, we're still going with it. I still like this. I think that'll work, because I think I have something I can do. And I'm using a firmer brush because I want more control, because right now I'm really trying to get this shape right. And then we'll see if I can even remotely make them match. But right now I'm getting that Disney witch sort of arch that I love. But we'll see if we can do it on that side too. All right, we go to the other side. Let go and let God. Hopefully she's not busy because I need all the help I can get. I think they're actually sort of matching, not perfectly, and we're very early, so we're going to fix and fuss. But I think what happens is that when I look at this, I feel like this side always looks much smaller, or maybe it's this side. One of the sides, I always, even like right now, I think they're pretty close, but right now when they're close, I think that one of them looks smaller, and then I start trying to build it up, and then I end up having it too big, and then I don't fix the other side, and then I have one that's like, oh, we are surprised, and the other side is like, no, bitch, you're doing the same thing you always do. What? Yep, crooked. Crooked. It's fine. Trust the process. Either of these shapes are fine, but they are not the same shape. I feel like they're about the same height. I do feel like this one feels shorter, and I feel like this is where I sometimes go wrong. But I think I am going to go in, and I think I went too far out with this one. But that's easy enough to kind of correct a little bit. There we go. I think that's good enough for now. Let's start building in some other colors. Now I'm taking a much fluffier brush. I think this is from the Lunar Beauty, yeah, and the Laura Lee Fools Collection, Fool Coverage, whatever it is. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to go into this shade, which is a lighter one, and I'm going to go kind of underneath and start to build in some of that color. I want to have more of a wash of these purpley pinks before I start getting into the greens. There we go. And I don't want to go all the way down because I'm going to put green out here, and I'm going to blend the green into the purple up into the pink. So I don't need that pink to go all the way, but I do want it to go all the way through this area and go over top of most of that purple, and then have that just kind of blend together. These two eyes are not the same shape. That's okay. It's all fine. It's all fine. This one went way further out on the outside. I can tell. It's going to bug me. I have to try to widen this one a little bit more. I don't want to go too wild because this is the shape that I would prefer. But then now that we have this one, I think we have to go a little bit wild on this side. Maybe not all the way, but this one, I think it was too obvious that they weren't the same. And so now going a little bit more will make them, yeah, that's a little bit more balanced. Not perfect, but more balanced. Nobody should ever look at me for symmetry, but even that was bad even for me. All right, you're probably thinking I'm just doing a pinky purple look and it's starting out that way. I'm going to now do the inner corner. I've got two options. I've got this more purple one or this more peachy coppery one. I think this could be more interesting. I do green and purple together a lot. So I think this, if I do this kind of peachy color, it'll bring out more of the pinky parts of this color. And I think that with the green could be really interesting. I'm going to do this without spraying first to see how that goes. pretty, but I don't know that I'm getting the impact that I want. I'm going to try spraying it on the other eye to compare. Obviously, I'll probably have to go back and do the other side as well, just to make sure that they match up, but not bad. Hopefully you can see that.
Try to change me, you let me be, and that's the kind of love that sets me free. Every step we take.
That went on better. I only had to use one dip in to get that same, but I think they look pretty similar. I'm going to build up a little bit more of that color.
We're turning the page with the one more on my page, feeling all the rage. Men used to talk, but now they stay quiet. 'Cause with you, I don't need to start a riot. You inspire me to dream, reach for the sky. No more limits, no more asking why.
There we go. I'm loving that. Now, again, I won't know until I start editing and zoom the footage in till it's closer. I don't know how this is going to look. This is a new filming setup. Thank you for being patient with me. She's sometimes tech challenged, but I will make sure that at the end, I also take pictures of the finished look so you can see the full blend and the full artistry, and I will insert them at the end as well, just in case if the footage is not perfect. But this is a pretty good quality camera, so hopefully the lights aren't blinding you too much and you can kind of see that beautiful, beautiful coppery peach, little pink tone. I love it. Now let's get into some green. Of course, we are going into this beautiful, beautiful green, and I'm just going to put that up next to that peachy color. I might go into this shade after we're done and just kind of tap a little bit to kind of blend them, have a little something that kind of blends it together. It might almost have a little bit of a halo effect if I put it the right way, so we'll see. But I'm going to start with this one and fill this in and take this over to the corner.
We're so cold, you light up the spark. With you, baby, it's just a walking apart. You inspire me to dream, reach for the sky. No more limits, no more asking why. In a world so cold, you light up the spark. With you, baby, it's just a walking apart. Just a walking apart. Just a walking apart. Like a picnic in the sun, let's make the morning. Like a walking apart. Walking apart. Like a walking
As you can see, I went back into that peachy shade and I went over the line. I'm not loving how those colors come together. Not entirely surprising because, you know, green and red are opposite. This pinky copper is fairly close to like a reddish tone. So they are going to kind of muddy up a little bit. So I'm actually going to go into that lighter shade and tap that on top. So we are going to go into this one, which is kind of a lilac-y purple. And I'm just going to use that where it transitions. Or should we use this one? I think this one. I don't want to go too smoky. So I'm going to start with just my finger, and then I'm going to go in. This is kind of a little bit of a fluffier domed brush. And if I need to blend it a little bit, I'll use that. But I think I'm going to start with a finger. I don't usually finger bang eyeshadow onto my eyes, but I think that might be the best to get the sort of transition that I want. So we're going to try it. Oh, I do kind of like that. That's kind of what I was hoping for. I was hoping that the purple, because purple is obviously red and blue, I like that it kind of pulls the more pinky tones, but also blends in nicely to the green, and you just get a nice transition. Now we have to go to the other side, which is less friendly, because I'm not good at fingers. Sorry that I'm flipping you off.
I made up for the loss. Took some time to think.
It is almost like a halo eye. Dion, does this count for our Halo Eyes project? I'm going to go in with the brush and just bring a little bit more of this purple in.
I reduced all the costs.
Now we are going to use this dark teal matte to go in and darken the outer corner and go onto the lower lash line. Not all the way across, but down maybe about halfway.
Now it blows my mind. Tear down the walls and reclaim the Albert Hall, 'cause it feels so fine.
Oh, I like that. Just comparing those two. That depth, that's pretty.
Now it blows my mind. I am someone to trust. Took some strength to turn it over. Replace your recognition with the lust. 'Cause it's a sunny day. Stop playing war. Revive, build a school. 'Cause it feels so fine. Now it blows my mind. Held down by force, you can rise, I am sure. 'Cause it feels so fine. Now it blows my mind.
I really like that. I thought I might have to cheat. Dion loves to play by the rules, and she loves to like take the palette and make it work. I love to cheat to get what I want. So Mama always said, if you don't cheat, you didn't want it bad enough. I was going to bring in the black from the Blends palette from Blend Bunny Cosmetics, but I actually like the way that this dark green is darkening that. I don't think I need a black. I think we're going to stick to this. I think you can do smoky and sultry and sexy with a dark matte that's not a black. So I think we're going to leave it there. I think for the rest of the lower lash line, we're just going to do this peachy copper shade. I think bringing that from this inner part down helps that kind of pick up and shine a little bit. I like it. I don't know why I have to have fish face when I do my lower lash line, but I just do. It looks weird, but it feels oh so right. And a little bit of that green shimmer to just blend the line between the two.
We took some time to decide what words to rhyme it.
Lovely. I love that. I am going to put on mascara and lashes and a base for my brows, and I will be right back. All right, we are back once again. I'm using the Vixen lashes from Blend Bunny Cosmetics. I still cry a little bit every day because those are discontinued, but I got a ton of them for $2 or $1 every time I've placed an order. So I have a ton of them on backstock, but I would not be sad if they came back again. But we've got those on. We did a little bit of the Melt Supernatural Mascara, and then we put down some Glisten Cosmetics wet liner. These eyebrows, they're close enough. Eyebrows in my world, they're not twins, they're not sisters. They're two girls who, if we're lucky, they went to the same school and the bitches probably didn't like each other, okay? So this is what we've got. But we're about to add some shadow to these eyebrows to make them a little bit fancier. And we're going to keep using the Pat McGrath Mothership 12 Petalmorphosis. All right, so I am going to leave the tails black, but I'm going to go all the way up to the arch with the green shade in here, and then we're going to add some shimmer on the front, as I always do.
And we build it very small, 'cause it feels so fine. Now it blows my mind. Now it blows my mind.
And this green, I think you can see it a little bit, but it's very dark. And on this black, I think it blends really nicely. And so you get a little bit of that green. And then, of course, here I didn't make the arch part as thick, so I can kind of fill that out a little bit with the green. And then those will be a little bit more matched. They're still not perfect. Now let's go into the teal shimmer and do a little bit on the front and go maybe a little bit out. And then I always like to have a little lighter pop. And I think we're going to go into this greenish gold. I may live to regret that, but I think it'll be fun just at the very front of the brow.
I've been working on myself. I really try my best to change, but something
right, some green shimmer. Oh, I kind of like that. I could have done the purple too, but I like that this brings in a little bit of a different color. Yeah, I think that's fun. I think we will use a little bit of that light purple shimmer just to highlight under the brows. There, like I said, this is looking a little blown out to me, but once I zoom in, I'll see a little bit better. And like I said, we'll do pictures at the end so you can see the full blend and how it all comes together. These cheeks, maybe it's just that they're blown out, but they are snatched. Girl, if I could look like that all the time. Ozempic who? All right, so this is the eye look. Let me gather some blushes and figure out what we're doing and a lip color, and we will be right back. All right, I am super excited because I have wanted to try this blush combination for a while now. These are the NYX Buttermelt blushes. Just wait till you see these shades, but I think this kind of very sultry, plummy based eyeshadow with that hint of green, that pop of green, I think is going to be beautiful with these two shades. So this is Butter Than Before, and this is a beautiful wine, bruisey kind of color that I'm going to use in the deepest part of the cheek. And then just to lighten it and brighten it a little bit, I'm going to blend it out with All the Butter, which is this beautiful purple shade. I'm not going to use a ton of this because I think this purple is a little bit, it's not truly cool toned, but it's a little bit more, it's still reddish toned, but it does lean a little bit cooler than this one. This one is very warm. This is a red, so that's why. But so I'm going to blend it with a little bit of this. I think that'll be beautiful. And we might use a purple highlighter or a green highlighter. I'm going to percolate on that. Maybe both. I don't think I want this to be a full blush draped look. So I'm going up, but I'm not going too close to the eye. I'm trying to keep it back, and then we're going to sweep it down onto the cheek. But I do love this color. Oh, this is such a good color with this. We might just do this one. We'll see. I'll probably blend them both. I don't wear blush. I wear 6 blushes. So that's the truth of my life. So 80s, I love it. Now I'm not even going to switch brushes. I'm going to use the same brush and go into this purple. And I'm just going to start building that here. Just kind of trying to go in a little bit light onto the apples. Rumor on the street is that our apples are delicious. I knew I was going to love these blended together. And then back to a little bit of the darker shade just to kind of darken up that inner pocket. Again, I'm always blending, always blending. I can always tell on this side with blush that I have less control because this is my dominant hand. So over here, I'm much better and like crossing my body and it's not dominant. It doesn't go quite as well, but I love this combo. This side's a little bit more intense. I'm going to try to take a little bit of that purple off just so that, because I'm going to go in with a little bit more of the light purple. And so I want to make sure that we get similar intensity. I think I was worried about then we went real hard. I'm going to go over this with like a shimmer setting powder, but they're a little closer. It is a little bit intense, although I don't want to lose that dark. I'm going to go over it with shimmer setting powder to dull it down a little bit, and then I think we might go into that again. I just love that bruisey color so much. This is the Jaclyn Cosmetics. May she rest in peace. I feel however you want about Jaclyn. I miss this brand so much. There were so many good products. There were a couple of really terrible ones, but there were so many good. This is in Brighten Up, and I'm going to go over especially my cheek area, maybe up onto the forehead a little bit. We'll kind of play it by ear. I'm trying not to it's getting a little bit intense, but it's hard to get this big old brush in here, but let's sparkfish. But see how that just immediately like tames it down a little bit compared to the other side? Maybe you can't with all the like blown out color, but I love it. And I've been loving a shimmer setting powder. And so I think going over that just to tame it in, like I said, we'll probably go back in because I do like this richness, and it did dull it down a little more than I would like, but I like that's taken care of. This is so intense. And especially that light purple is so intense. So I want to kind of, I have 2 shades of this shimmer setting powder. I have Brighten Up and I think I have Carrots. When I run out of these, I will cry. When I run out of each one, I promise you I will shed at least one tear because these are so good. And the only other one that I have found that is as good as this is the shimmer setting powder in Natural from Voldemort, He Who Shall Not Be Named, Jalopity Staircase. And I don't want to buy it from him, but I have not found a shimmer setting powder as good as this. Why? I love it so much. Oh, I used to use NARS blush in Seduction, which was kind of this sort of like a deep bruisey wine red purple. This reminds me of it a lot, and this is like $10. So good. I'm loving this. All right, so on the cheeks, I've been loving these Buttermelt highlighters as well. This is the purple one. This is the shade No One Butta. The Butta pun gets old real fast. But I'm going to put this first, and I'm going to do this on the cheeks. And then I'm going to use a green highlight. I'm going to use Ooze. I know this looks just blown out white, but it's a green shift. This is Unearthly Cosmetics and Xander Bear. This is Ooze. We love this. And so we're going to add that over top of the purple on the cheeks, and then just green in the center of the face. I'm using a ridiculously big brush because I am a clown, but also this purple is going to blend nicely into these purple blushes. So it's kind of setting up, it's almost like a blush topper, and then it's going to set up the spot for that green to come in as well. We'll do a little purple highlight above the brows as well, since the brows are green, and that'll be a nice contrast. I don't know if it's just the lights. We're looking a little bit shiny, but that Urban Decay underneath seems to be doing its job, or else this foundation just is really shiny. All right, for this one, because it's sheer and I do want to make sure I get some payoff, I have a double-ended brush from Lunar Beauty. And this one is still a bit fluffy, but it's a little bit denser, so they have a little bit more control. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. I don't think you're seeing this green at all. I think it's very blown out. I'll try to lean back and see if that makes it a little bit easier. As I get closer, I definitely get a little bit more light on me. And right there in the pocket, we're adding a little bit of that green.
But I know my heart can take it. It's the only thing I know for sure. Baby, it ain't love, but I'm loving the way it feels. It ain't love.
Oh my God, I hope you're seeing that. I might take a picture of just this and insert it because I am living for this. It's so good. All right, now we just have to do the Cupid's bow and the chin with the green. And then we're ready for the lip, and then we're done. We'll put on some drag and we'll be done.
But I'm in it for all the thrills, yeah. Why does it have to be forever to count? It ain't love, but it's enough. Oh yeah, it ain't love, but it's enough. Oh yeah, kiss me right.
Oh, so good. So good. Now, I am not afraid of doing bold eye, bold cheek, bold lip. I don't have to worry about balance. I'm a big old drag queen. But I think I am going to do a more neutrally pinker kind of look because I've played with this a couple times, but I'm very excited to bust it out again. Oh, God. Makes me want a hot dog real bad. Cease and desist. I have the e.l.f. x Jennifer Coolidge Dirty Pillows Lip Kit. This is a liner, a lipstick, and a gloss. So we are going to do this, and if I want a little bit more glitter, I'll pull out a Glam Light Glitter Gloss, but I think I'm going to do just this one, and then we'll let the eyes be their big dramatic moment. This bruisey blush with this outer space highlighter, I am loving it. Sumptuous, gorgeous, perfection. Let's try not to be off camera for the entire lip application, shall we?
Then kiss someone else. We don't know each other, each other. If you disappear, I still have myself, or I can just look for another. They say lovers never make it without someone wanting more, but I know my heart can take it. It's the only thing I know for sure, baby.
There, not too bad. Not exactly Jennifer Coolidge level lips, but pretty good.
It ain't love, but I'm loving the way it feels. It ain't love, but I'm in it for all the thrills, yeah. Why does it have to be forever?
Very nudie pink, but that feels appropriate for Jennifer Coolidge and for this Pat McGrath plummy pinky base look with a little bit of green. And this is cute on its own, but we're gonna add some gloss.
It ain't love, but it's enough. Oh yeah, I need your love and I don't need your love. I need your love and I don't need your love. Oh.
This is pretty for you nudie pink girls, but we're going to go with this for right now. I'm going to go and put some drag on, put a wig on, and we'll come back for my final thoughts. I may put a glitter gloss on when we're back just to kind of see the comparison. But again, I don't care about balance, but I love that we have kind of this very sultry eye. We have this bruisey cheek and then just this nude pinky bedroom mouth. So I will be right back.
You and me, just a walk in the park where the world fades, and we're leaving no marks. They try to hold me down, tear me apart, but with you, baby, nothing seems so hard. They said
That's all right. Here's the finished look with these fabulous nails, this hair. I am loving the way that this look came together. I I do love this. This lip is a little bit nude for me, so we might add a little bit of gloss. I have been living for these Glamlight dessert lip kits. This is like the birthday cake one, I think. And this gloss, I think, is just going to amp up this Jennifer Coolidge one. This is beautiful. I do love this. If I was doing more of like a pinky neutral look, I think I would just stick with this. But my need for more and more and more is telling me we need a little bit of glitter. Yes, it's just a little something extra. I have been living for goopy glitter mouth lately. Oh, love it. So let's get into my final thoughts on this palette, the Petalmorphosis by Pat McGrath. It just confirmed for me something that I already knew, which is that this is beautiful, this is lovely, but there is nothing in this palette that justifies $129, especially now that they're not working with that lab in Italy. They're not doing the special shades. I've ranted many times about how we need to stop calling those special shades in any palette, not just Pat McGrath. We need to stop talking about special shades, because that doesn't mean anything. It's just used by influencers to explain why the price is what the price is. Look, Pat McGrath Labs can charge whatever they want. If people pay it, then they pay it, right? Clearly I bought it, so I'm a clown, but we need to stop calling them special shades. There's nothing special. They didn't fold my laundry. I've still got dishes in the sink. There's nothing special about these shades. Give us factual descriptions of what these shades are. Metallics, glitter, glimmer foil. Even if you want to use your Blitz Astra and all these weird kind of names that you come up with, they're not factual, but at least they're just like trying to describe it rather than trying to say, oh, these are special. These are worth being this much. Because now with what's in here, I have palettes that are half the price or less that are just as fucking special as this. I'm glad I got it. I'm glad I tried it. I'm glad I got to do this fabulous collab with Dion and Grace, but as beautiful as this look is, this just convinces me I don't need to pay $129 to get this sort of look. I can get this look with palettes that are much cheaper. I do love it. I love the way this look came out. I love this bruisey blush. I'm loving it with this dark hair. We're definitely going to record some TikToks. Follow me on TikTok at Janessa Jaye. But yeah, I just don't feel like this is worth the price. It's beautiful, it's lovely, but it's not any better than anything at a cheaper price point. All of the indies that you know and love, I mean, I'm an indie queen. I love Blend Bunny and Gourmand Girls and Bella Beauté Bar and Singe Beauty. All of those brands are doing palettes that are just as good, if not better than this. And the price, even like Bella Beauté Bar, which is a little bit pricier, they're still a good $50 cheaper, $40, $50 cheaper than what this is. You get more shades, you get even fancier shades. That's where shades are a little bit more special. You get like hollow chromes and multi-chromes. I'm so sorry, Auntie Pat. I'm so sorry. This is beautiful, but it's not worth the price. And I think I really only had Mothership palettes in my collection before. I did get the other one in the chrome pink, the one that had the multi-chrome shade in it. I wanted to try that out. That multi-chrome is nothing compared to other indie brand multi-chromes. And this one I got because it had the purple packaging. All the other Motherships that I've had, and I think I've even decluttered a couple, I got because there was super deals. One time, Makeup by Torrance, shout out to you. Hopefully he'll be back to YouTube someday because I missed his channel so much. He had found a code that worked at the same time as a 30% off sale. So there was a 30% off sale and there was a 40% code. So I got like 3 Motherships for like under $50 each. So that's the only reason why I've had other Motherships, is just because of that deal. But this one, I'm so sorry. It's just not it. All right, so that is the video. Thank you again to Dion of Dion Loves Makeup and Grace of Gel Beauty 87 for inviting me to do this collab and being part of this. I'm so excited. Dion and I have been doing lives. We've done a couple of them. We might do another one for Pride. Be on the lookout for that. But I'm so excited to be collabing with these fabulous women again. They are so wonderful and they're so welcoming. And I love the community that we have. I've said it before, but in Dion Loves Makeup's chats, when she does her lives, I love them. I am a moderator. I'm a wrench wench. And every once in a while it gets a little crazy. Sometimes the YouTube algorithm sends it out to some people that maybe shouldn't be invited to the cookout. But it gets a little wild. But most of the time, all the people who come in there are so wonderful. And we keep picking up new people that are really wonderful. So I love that. I want to start doing lives on this channel. So be on the lookout for that because I love a live chat. I love the interaction, and I'll make sure to schedule it so it doesn't conflict with other lives of the people that I know. Be on the lookout because I am super excited for that. Go ahead and leave your comments down in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about this look. This very sultry Garden of Eden sort of deadly nightshade sort of look. Let me know what you think. While you're down there, don't forget to give me that thumbs up to tell me that you appreciated this video. Or if you are like, girl, how could you badmouth Auntie Pat? She is an icon. She's a legend. She's a trailblazer. I understand. But you know what? Give me that thumbs down to show your displeasure. I don't mind at all. It's all engagement. The algorithm isn't a picky bitch, and neither am I. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, become part of the Champagne Dreamers. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit that bell icon so you'll be notified every time I do an upload and when I start doing lives. I try really hard to have at least one video a week. This is the first one that's happened in almost 2 months, so I'm sorry about that, but we're dealing with some demons. As we're getting through it, as things settle down, hopefully a little bit, I'll be more regular and be posting again. So I'm sorry for the absence, but I do try to have something at least once a week. And if you're lucky, if you're very lucky, you might even get a bonus video. Ooh, collaborific. And if you'd like to chat, banter, or commiserate between uploads, all of my social media will be linked down in the description box below, including a link to my website, The World of Champagne, at janessajay.com. Thank you so much for watching. I love and appreciate all of you. And I love and appreciate Grace of Gel Beauty 87 and Dion of Dion Loves Makeup. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of this collab and letting me be a part of your communities. I absolutely appreciate it. I enjoy both of them so much. I enjoy your content, and I'm so excited to keep collabing with you in the future. I love it. So thank you so much, and thank you to everybody who watched. Go check out Dion's video and Grace's video if you haven't already. And until I see you again, bye. And I'm collabing with No. Don't forget to hit that subscribe. For my cheek contour and my forehead contour, I said nope. I know I haven't said any of the shades so far. I'm so sorry about that. If you have questions, you can always message me. This one from the back, it's literally just called bronzer. This is such old white lady makeup. And this is the NYX Bottom. There is a brush that I want. None of my brushes are ever clean. Purple. Now you can see I went back into that kind of pee-pee. I went into the pee-pee. Stop. I mean I could, but why would I want to? Before we do the lips, let's do my little beauty mark. This is the ColourPop little eyeliner stamp in a star shape. Wait, I haven't done highlighter. How did I forget highlighter? What's wrong with me? Do I do highlighter before the... Now I can't remember the order of things. No, I think I do highlighter last. Nana, are you okay? This new filming, I have a better camera, like a better webcam, but I think because of that, then the lights are making it a little bit more intense. I might even cut all this out so you'll never even hear me talk about this, or maybe it'll be in the bloopers, who knows? I never know. There is no plan. There is no adult steering the ship.